Well, okay, let's switch gears now. Let me get your head out of the gutter. I come to you, Mike Israetel, Dr. Israetel.
Oh, yes, I am.
And I say, Doctor, I'm doing a movie in 3 months. I have to put on 15 pounds. I have to look.
You asked me this exact question last time.
I know, but you didn't give me a satisfactory answer.
Okay.
Because here's what I'm going to press you on. What stack?
Oh,
shit.
shit.
See how I change it up?
Yeah, man.
I know the food. Kiss my ass with the food and the weightlifting. What stack do I go with, bro? What stack? And don't worry about my lipid panel or any of that shit. Because we go on Sizzler, and I got to shoot. I'm playing a superhero. And right now, I'm built like a coat hanger. So let's go. Yeah.
So 3 months
I got 3
to put on 15 pounds of muscle.
I mean, that's a lot, right?
Do
you need more time? You want me to give you 6 months?
3 months.
Let's go 6 months. Let's go 6 months.
6 months is more realistic.
Let's go 6 months.
We could do it in 3.
Really?
Yeah. You said no worries about the liver panel, right?
Let's fucking go, bro. What do I look like, a left-wing pussy?
I voted for Trump, baby.
Yeah. I own a truck.
My liver's the best. I don't need a liver.
I'll grow an aggressive beard and turn my garage into a CrossFit gym. I do jujitsu in my 50s.
You're going to lift.
I'm going to lift
6
hard.
times a week.
6?
Yeah.
We're going to break it into body parts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push, legs, pull, repeat, and then rest on Sundays because that's when God says rest.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to eat. Now,
how long are the workouts? Sorry.
What you got? This is your fucking job, bro.
Okay.
All fucking day the workouts.
Really?
No, like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. All right, go on.
And then, do you need to be lean at the end of this, or just muscly, just burly?
No, I gotta be burly.
Like the guy on the brawny paper towel.
That's right.
Thing.
There you go.
That's actually who you're playing. A
gotta look
made-for-TV movie about the brawny man.
Yeah, I'm playing, a shot caller or just somebody like that, or maybe just a tough guy or something like that. I gotta be thick. A little thick.
So it's an extra role where you're the bouncer at a club, and the main character walks by, and you're like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What's up?"
Yeah, or maybe just an assassin.
Yeah.
An older assassin.
Oh yeah, like a grizzled, I've seen it all. Kid.
Yeah, who was a special forces guy and now is just kind of like still got that muscle maturity and density.
How many people have you killed? Too many to count, kid.
Yeah. No, ask me. This is the answer. Watch. This is the coolest answer. Ask me if I ever killed anybody.
Yeah. Have you ever killed anybody?
Never stopped to look, brother.
Are you Steven Seagal?
So hot. Yes, I am. Sounds the ponytail.
That might be exactly what Steven Seagal would say.
Yeah. Ask me what I would do if somebody came at me.
Ask
me what I'd do if Nick came at me right now.
What would you do if this fucking Nick guy came after you, man?
Meet him halfway, I guess. So fucking sexy.
God damn, dude.
Yeah. I've thought about all these things. Anyway, keep going. Let's get to the stack. You and I never get to the point.
I'm gay. Yeah.
That's our podcast. Thank you so much, everybody. That was
See you
our podcast.
in the gay community.
I'm gay.
That is.
Freeze frame on you, and that's the end of the podcast. And I never do another podcast again.
Yep.
I'm gay.
Dr. Mike canceled for being gay. Wait, what? No, that doesn't happen nowadays.
No way. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. The following is humorous. Not to be taken literally.
Yeah, this is not.
Unless you want to be Hollywood famous and successful.
He is a PhD, but this is not for you to follow.
You're cool for the newspaper article to come out after the movie gets rave reviews, and they're like, deceased actor Bryan Callen. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Hey, shit.
Yeah.
So you want to get a nice base of testosterone.
Yeah.
Your body produces something like 75 nanograms, milligrams per week, 75, maybe 100 if you're a real man.
Yeah.
So we're going to get your base to like 250 because fuck it. Why not?
My balls are going to shrink up.
Fuck your balls, bro.
Okay.
You say goodbye to them shits like now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to need to stack something on top of that does a lot of the anabolic fucking work. But not a ton of side effects, just for lulz.
Anavar?
Primo. Anavar is oral. Okay. We could cap your cycle with VAR at the end, but we're going to go with Primo. It's injectable, not as dangerous. But we're going to take that up to about, now you're serious. You want this role, like this is fucking for real Hollywood.
Yeah. Like, careful. I don't want to get gyno now.
The person putting the movie on, I assume, is Harvey Weinstein, and he doesn't take no for an answer. So you better show up in shape.
From jail, yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you shoot with a dual cam.
Yeah.
Does he sound like the rest of us?
No. Yeah, no, he's just said a kind of a deep voice. And
oh, weird.
Yeah.
He is handsome.
Bad guy.
He's a bad person.
Bad guy, yeah. All right, keep going.
We're going to do 1,000 milligrams of Primo. Don't widen your eyes at me, sir. You wanted to be famous for being jacked.
Sorry. Okay.
And then on top of that, we have this idea that we just don't. The upside of being healthy, cool, whatever, you're healthy. Congratulations. A ton of people are healthy. But how many people are famous for being jacked? So few.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on the other side of that curve and give you 1,000 milligrams of trenbolone acetate. Now, I know that sounds scary, but I can explain.
Okay.
You might feel insanely aggressive all the time when you're not feeling super sexual and strangely erogenous to every single gender at that point. Everybody can get it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe not everyone, but
Yeah, but
everyone.
it'll turn you. It'll turn a straight man almost gay.
Almost gay.
Yeah. Keep going.
And that's what you're going to tell yourself at night before you fall
I'm going to
asleep.
carry a Bible and read from it every time I get an urge.
Every single.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. Keep going.
Should I make jokes desecrating the Bible? Nope, I'll skip those. Okay.
That's okay.
So, a gram of Tren should really sort you the fuck out.
Yeah.
And like, you won't sleep much. You'll be psychotic. But as long as you eat enough protein and calories, you'll just keep gaining muscle the entire time. But we are worried about your joints, and we do want you to sleep because sleep is critical.
Yeah.
So typically people will take growth hormone to let them sleep and recover and heal. And it's great for your joints and all that stuff. And so the typical standard range in bodybuilding is like 3, 6, or 9-ish units. International units is a different dosing profile, kind of every night or a few times a day. We're going to take you to the Ronnie Coleman standard, which is 18 units of growth per day.
So these guys, are these bodybuilders doing this stack that you're talking about?
Some of them are. Most of them are taking a little less. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, depending on how, so we'll see how your body reacts to this. Health-wise, your liver is going to be like styrofoam.
It is.
But good news, your kidneys will also be like styrofoam. If they fit.
Because they're going to be working overtime for all.
No, just taking damage. It's not like they're overworking.
Am I going to
just
feel
getting
that
assaulted.
damage though? Am I going to feel sick? Because I can't feel sick. I need my energy I need my energy.
You're going to feel great, but you're going to look sick.
I'm going to look sick.
Like your eyes are going to be kind of sunken a little bit.
Yeah.
Liver King, perfect example of drug abuse.
Really?
Does he look well to you?
Probably not.
No.
His
body looks cool. His face looks.
He's on that kind of stack, you think?
No, I don't think he took that much gear. But whatever he did very irresponsibly, and for I think much longer than a human being should be on consistent cycle of steroids. You can tell by the red skin. Ever notice how he's?
I do
red?
see a lot of those guys. They have like that hot dog skin. Some of them are plum purple.
And that's how you know you're doing it right. Wrong, I mean. But right for the case of the story.
Yes.
And so we check your progress. If you're feeling fucking extra jacked and swole by the time that like 2 months out rolls up, because 6 months, right? Then we're good. We could just coast you in. Bitch move, wouldn't recommend. I say shoot for the fucking moon.
Yeah.
So then we get you on orals. Now, orals you can't take for too long because your liver will for sure get cooked. Also, they kind of expand your organs a little bit, so it kind of looks weird, Liver King. But we're going to say fuck that, and we're going to put you 2 months out. We're going to get you on VAR. The standard human dosing range in most trials is somewhere between 5 and 50 milligrams. So we're going to take a nice swing at 100 per day. And then, but that's not enough because there are other drugs you could be taking. You can take Anadrol. We're going to have you on 100 Anadrol a day. It's even more hardcore than VAR.
So many things
It bloats you up too. But the bloat we don't love because Hollywood doesn't understand that sort of glorious bloat. And so we want you to be drier. So we give you 100 milligrams of Winstrol per day, which dries you out. But then maybe you're lethargic from all of those steroids, which is a real side effect of just massive anabolic demand. You're going to need, I'll say, energy. And that means we give you a drug called fluoxymesterone, aka halotestin, aka Halo. Halo for 2 reasons. One, because you're going to have a halo real soon if you take it for long enough in heaven. And in your case, hell. And then typically like 5 or 10 mgs of Halo will do everything you need. So we're going to do 100 Halo for 2 months.
And how much am I eating?
Doesn't matter really. No, I'm kidding. No, all of it. Well, so like you would be eating like, 3,500 calories.
My body is taxed.
High protein. Your body is fighting for its life. Screaming a silent, muffled scream.
Doing this after we wrap, when I stop, will I go back to normal?
You ever like spar with like a really young, talented dude?
Yeah.
And after you sit down and he's still doing rounds, and
Yes.
you just take like the biggest sigh of your life,
Yeah.
that's how your body is going to feel, but physically.
Yeah. Yeah, but in 6 months I'll be back to.
No guarantees.
I could just die.
You could just die. Unlikely, but possible.
Yeah.
For the glory of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Now, so I guess, how long is filming? Because we got to keep you upright for that time.
It's at least 2 months, Bo.
Fuck.
I know.
Let's do
3.
this. Let's do this. Let's just do the normal non-oral stack we talked about.
Yeah.
All the way up 6 months, you should be able to gain 15 pounds of muscle, no problem. And then when filming starts, you just fucking like M&Ms, bro, orals. And if you have to ask how many, you're not eating enough.
You're very hardcore.
Yeah.
And this would be bodybuilder kind of shit.
No. Most bodybuilders don't do this.
Right.
This
If
is
you had to guess, what did Brad Pitt do for Troy?
showed up.
Really?
Well, you would be. How tall is Brad Pitt?
6'1".
Yeah. I think he probably worked out and ate a really healthy diet for a few months.
But he took some other stuff.
Did he?
Yeah. He's thick.
You know this, or is this like Hollywood
Kind
innuendo?
of. Like Ryan Reynolds, those guys. There's
You
some
think
stuff.
Ryan Reynolds taking some shit? He looks great. I don't think. Here's the thing. A lot of the times when you see Hollywood people that look good for Hollywood,
Yeah.
the camera adds pounds and they're all good looking and
Yes.
stuff. And they're typically like when they go to their awards shows, they look super whatever because they don't even train. They train up a little bit. They eat clean for a few months
Yeah.
and they look fucking great. Henry Cavill is a great
Yeah.
example.
They can do testosterone and get the same results, right? I
But
mean,
I swear to God, most of Hollywood just doesn't even fucking do steroids, bro.
right.